Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 88, double eight of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Hope you guys are well. We are so far into this first batch of recordings. One sec, guys. I'm going to hit my water bottle real quick. And just having a wonderful time with the game. Hope you guys are enjoying as well. So stick around and relax, and let's get into it, guys. It's your boy GGF. We're going to get it in and have some fun. So, last episode, super interesting stuff. If you didn't see that one, I highly suggest pausing this one and going and checking that out, and then coming back to this one because it was super interesting. We went to the Temple of Rudica and did some stuff there. No spoilers. I don't want to exactly say what happened, but it was
the feisty one.
Fascinating.
So a woman can do some damage squeezing her legs together.
It isn't a parlor trick. Besides, she doesn't take orders well.
She has backbone, that woman. Does it scare you?
No, but I won't be responsible for what happens if you call her whore.
Alright, so here we are. Got the Rudica hood just in case. We have to sell the fine rod and stuff. So let's see, what do we want to do today? We got several tasks. Find the place of misery and madness, the man who waits. That could be having to do with the Sanitarium. Find the tower in the Heritage District and travel to Deerford Village, which we haven't done. And here's the White March. Durgan's Battery. A letter has arrived at Cadnua addressed to its new ruler. The steward believes it may present an interesting opportunity. Whoa. Quest two-sided. Find an expert on awakening somewhere in Defiance Bay. We still have to raise an army. So lots going on, guys. What we're going to do today... Trouble with Adair. He's still busy. The cliffs are dangerous. Palagina can go to Twin Elms. Find an expert on awakenings. I don't know if I want to do that now. I don't know when it's recommended to do that. I would like to check that out. I've never played the White March. Let's head to the Sanitarium. The leaden key acolyte showed me a vision of an agent in a place of misery and madness. I need to find this agent and discover his or her plan to see if it holds any clues to finding the man I'm searching for. Showed me a wealthy neighborhood that also housed misery and madness. There was someone waiting there, a prisoner by choice. If I am to find this person, I'll need to find this neighborhood. Perhaps the guards will know of it. Well, it's going to be Brackenberry, right?
Sure.
But let's talk to a justiciar anyway and see what they say. What is it? Where are the man kept in Defiance Bay? Only place around here that takes them in is Brackenberry Sanitarium. I've heard they can treat your soul there, take the madness away. But there's just as many stories coming out of that place that'll chill your blood. There's a man, if you want to call him that, Ethelmore there. He's a head warden. If you're visiting or checking yourself in, he's the one to talk to. We gained 360 XP, and I'm looking for a neighborhood with a tower. It's near a cemetery. Best you stop looking then. The place you want is Heritage Hill. You can see the tower over the district walls out that way. The justiciar points to the northwest. But something happened there. They don't let people in anymore, and none of the knights want to be posted anywhere close to it. Steer clear if you know what's good for you. 636 XP. Farewell. So that works. Let's head to Brackenberry and find the man who waits. Is that the sanitarium right there? It is.
What is it like not to see your children for so long? I imagine it must be difficult.
Even in Masuk, I'm on the hunt more than at home. But 5 years, it's been a strain.
Oh.
Then to your good fortune. Ado Vidorio. May you see them all again soon.
Indeed. Now we got a quest. Saint Iffin's Knot. The quest expires in 2 days. We lost 113 copper to bandits, but earned 1261 in taxes the other day. Saint Iffin's Knot rewards 25% experience. Iffin's Cradle, 500 to 1,000 copper and treasure minor item. We better get someone on that. Emirin legend holds that Saint Ifen created a miraculous knot that the faithless could not untie. A daring burglary recently cleaned out the myriad precious relics in the Smith's Hall of Emirgul, where each treasure once stood. A string was tied, each leading back to an intricate knot in the center of the temple. The burglar left a tantalizing clue in the form of a written prayer to Saint Ifen, but the riddle has stumped the locals. Desperate to recover their artifacts, the priests have reached out to mercenaries and adventurers for help. So we just need to assign someone to that. So we want to assign somebody. Adair is busy. Let's assign our godlike to it. Ciradelia. And we're going to get some cool stuff from that. We've got our hirelings. We've got 4,000 cold cash. Still something is being completed. Finished in 1 day, 1 hour, the hedge maze. Alright, very good. So we got a new quest. Here's the Sanitarium. Let's head in and see what this waiting man has to say. Actually talked to Ethelmore.
Hello!
The Watcher. What brings you here? Does anyone here know anything about awakenings? There's an animancer on the lower floor who came all the way from Revua to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Belisage. Buying relics from Immortal. Are you the animancer who's been buying relics from Immortal? There's a large and rather notorious black market for uncatalogued Anguithan relics. I stay far away from it. You have a member of the Letting Key in your midst. Ethelmore groans, and the stone around him shudders. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own. But a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Letting Key as well, I take it. 360 XP. They are up to something, and I am trying to determine what. They are always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have some idea of who this person might be? I won't know until I've met them. Very well. In that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. That is my only request. Farewell. Two-sided. Let's check it out. Question the animancers about suspicious activities. Verna. Okay, she's a soul. Animancer's like this one? The animancy hearing should be over any day now. Our future is in the hands of the Duke. Yarmid? No. Speak with Head Warden Ethelmore if you wish to make an appointment with one of our animancers. Nuns. Nuns regards you with bright, intelligent eyes. Can I help you with something else? What do you know about awakenings? Not much, I'm afraid, but the Sanitarium attracts experts from all over. I'm sure someone here can help you out. I'm investigating possible letting key activity in the Sanitarium. Seen anything suspicious? Oh, I'm afraid I'm too wrapped up in my own research to pay any mind to what else is going on around here. One of the other animancers might know something, though. Farewell. The man who waits. Nan said she's been too involved in her own research to pay much attention. Andmer.
Gods keep you.
Hello again. Could I be of some use to you? Do you know anything about awakenings? I'm afraid that's not my area of expertise. He was a named one and didn't have an option. And Yarmid is a soul, right? Yeah. Yarmid. Alright. Sanitarium guard. Let's quick save and head down. I wonder if... I hope it's not that dead dude. They got killed by accident. Well, there's plenty of people down here. Bella Sedge. Something else you need? Are you the animancer who's been buying relics from Immortal? From what? I do not know this place. Looking for an expert on awakenings, she laughs bitterly. That would be me, though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer Animancy's success in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened. But I need subjects, and most of the patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. You're in luck, I have a volunteer. She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Galarde, who is it? Alos's lips curl into a frown. I don't know about this. She grins more broadly still. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. I beg your pardon? I jest. You Adarnans are so uptight. I do not even know what that thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. She rubs her hands together, getting down to business. So I need you to sit here. She takes Alof by the shoulders and steers him to the couch. And try to relax, but don't try too hard. Then you will not be relaxing. Indeed. His eyes are humorless. And you must also wear these. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The Animancer fastens thick copper bands to Alof's forehead and wrists. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Now I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into her desk and produces a long-chambered tube. Knobs, dials, and small-toothed wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with Audra lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. By manipulating them, I find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. How exciting! I've never seen that sort of thing performed. Khan peers at the device with interest. It seems suitably complicated. She raises a finger. But first, we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make some adjustments. Good luck. You have an easier time getting straight answers out of a drunk priest of Wow. Allah squirms on the couch. Very well. She holds the scope to her eye and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal. Something from a time before your awakening. There's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in the Seathwood. He looks to you, his face is set in a frown, but the rigid edges of apprehension show through nevertheless. What do you remember about your home? As you speak to Aloth, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mists of his own memory. Bella Sedge doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, untangling its many threads. He closes his eyes. Comfortable, modest, quiet when Mother is away, which is most of the time, quiet enough to hear the clink of glass on wood. This is when I know to be most careful. Father is good about hiding the bottles. Mother, when she is home, is good at pretending not to notice them. This is good. I'm starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awakened. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I'm in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I can let my guard down a little because when she is around, he is usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I am sweeping the kitchen, the next I am sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to shield my vitals. But it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against a field of black. His jaw locks and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Maricho! Maricho! Bella Sedge furiously cranks the knobs along her scope. He's hypnotized himself with this old memory. You've got to bring him out of it. Quickly, I almost have it. This is just a memory. It isn't real. Allah's eyes snap open, but the expression you see in them isn't his. And what about these rattles you see in the space twixt your ears? They real enow for you? Bella Sedge sucks a deep breath through her teeth. That's it. I'm seeing a shift in his essence. Something spreading and congealing. She glances at you over her scope. Keep talking. It seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Cracking bones and voices high in ire. That warm molasses feeling that creeps down your gut when crisis is nigh. That's different. Belfetto, we have flares of a totally distinct essence. She jots shorthand notes onto the pages next to her and turns one clicking knob of her scope. Now, try to get the two of them talking. Isilmir, tell Aloth why you've awakened. Why, he's the one needed me, hiding in his own bone bag like a turtle in its shell. Aloth's face twists in fury. I never turned it over to you. Good, yes, very good. She rests from her scribbling, only to make another adjustment to her scope. I can now see 2 separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It's as if the awakened soul fills the spaces that he leaves empty. She prompts you with a circling of her wrist, quill still in hand. Go on. Aloth, what's this about ceding space to Isilmir? He grits his teeth painfully. I've given her nothing. She usurps me in my own body. Aye, and I lend him a pair too. You should ask what I did with that old man of his. How the last time he laid a hand on us, I break it in 3 places. Aloth's head jerks to the side. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Nah, I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with you, and damned if I let your ninnying drag us both through the scupper. Very good. She lowers her scope and consults her notes. I think I finally got something we can work with. I've tracked Isilmir's essence throughout the exchange. She had a particularly high density index during the most heated portions of their argument, and her essence seemed to localize most clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left rib cage. That's right around the spleen, which of course means that she is triggered by black bile. No doubt the subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Aloth blinks back at you, and in the midst of his perturbation, you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's utter horseshit. How gracious. She glares at him. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation. Huh. Not sure what to say. Potential sources of trouble for Aloth. In danger or under pressure. Isselmere manifests when Aloth is in danger or under pressure. Belisage carefully scratches her jaw, her gaze darting between you and Aloth. I suppose that could be true. She jots another note. I'll have to check this against other research. He removes the copper bands. Well and good for you, but what does this mean for me? Belisage frowns at her notes, tapping her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. I would say she did you a favor by dealing with your father, didn't she? I think she's trying to help you stand up for yourself. You may not like her methods, but you should hear her out. If you had to listen to her half as much as I do, you wouldn't say that. He scowls, but you notice something thoughtful in his frown. I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for your help, Elzarian. He does not look at Belisage. She sets her notes on the desk and returns to her scope. Well, I hope this has been useful to you as it has been to me. I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be the toast of Revua. Fentir, Aloth. Party gains 2916 experience. That's the total quest experience. His grimace melts into a crooked smile. I advance in the right-wise principles of animancy. Just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. Belisage is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope, but Aloth is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds a finger to his lips, his eyes wide and imploring. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this, especially not after her nonsense. I can't let you do that, not after hearing how much this means to her. He slides the papers back onto the desk, giving you a rueful look. I'm not gonna help you explain this one, scholar boy. Two-sided. So very good. It'll be good to return to Revua. I trust Fentir Aloth and his companion will be well. Cool. And then if we come in here, of course, we have a... Oh, they cleaned up the body at least. That was an unfortunate event.
I'll take a peek.
We should be sneaking through here with increased mechanic skill and stuff. Oh, there's many more doors, it looks like. Let's come in here. We have... nobody. The edges of the cage are dented and scored with claw marks. There's a locked door. Let's see who's down here. Ripley. And we can't take anything from Ripley. Let's try Sagani.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh, she can disappear. Let me see if I can pick this without getting in trouble.
I see where you're going with that.
150 XP
I'm here.
earned. North Ward patient record. Batiks of the Pale Lady. Graham. Idleman. The Midnight Man. Ushgrim. Ushgrim is familiar. Let's, I guess I'll, before we grab them,
Sure.
let's talk to Ripley.
Hello.
A young Orla woman traces her fingers along the spines of the books in front of her, row by row. Her motions quick and skittish like a bird, so she does not notice you until you're nearly upon her. Oh my, you startled me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. Me, I'm just Master Azo's assistant, but there's a visiting scholar from Revua here named Belisage. She claims to know about them. there's nothing else, I need to get back to work. What do you do here? I mostly help Master Azo set up and clean his equipment. I also keep his office organized since he's too busy to do it himself. Are you the Animancer who's been buying relics from Imatil? I'm not an Animancer, so no, but I do know that most of those relics are stolen from ruins in Air Glonfoth. Selling them is illegal. I'm investigating any suspicious activity in the Sanitarium. Oh, I'm just Master Azo's assistant. He'd know more about that, but he's in the middle of busy with some patients. You won't be able to see him until he comes out from the patient ward. How do I get into the patient ward? Only Master Azo has access. I guess Head Warden Ethelmore does too, but he's, a statue now. 360 XP. Is Azo busy with patients, or is he running some sort of experiment? I'm just an assistant. It's not my place to gossip. I'm sorry. Farewell. Talk to Ethelmore about Azo. Hello?
Ready, Watcher.
See if I can come down here and disappear. Oh, we can just loot that. I haven't been in here. Note from Azo. I should have read it first. Let's grab the Animancy papers for whatever reason. Oh, they all went in the stash. The Man Who Waits. Gain quest item. Oh, they've gone in the stash, I guess? Where'd they go? There they are. Ushgrim. Subject is a male approximately 17 years of age, admitted for episodes of catatonia followed by occasional violent outburst. Initial analysis of soul revealed severe fragmentation and essence deficiency. Said deficiency all but eliminates the possibility of utilizing the subject in present research. Idleman, the Midnight Man. Subject is a male, mid-20s, displays acute disassociation and paranoid delusional tendencies, causing anger and extreme violence. Dangers of working with the subject preclude possibility of further use in present research. Graham. Subject is a male, approximately early 30s, powers of speech absent, presumably as a result of the overfragmentation of his soul. As such, he's the ideal subject for present research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic, and I have had to enlist the aid of the guards in transporting him for more recent procedures. Batiksa, the Pale Lady. Subject is female, mid-40s, awakened to a past life as a serial murderer, which now frequently emerges as the soul's dominant personality. Subject vacillates between violence and severe depression resulting from guilt of past deeds. Weak candidate for present research. And then a note from Azo. Ripley, I require more copper tubing for my next experiment. Do not requisition it from the Sanitarium stores. I don't have the time to deal with the head warden's inevitable questions. Cadman Azo. Alright, very good. So from here, we will want to... There's no secrets in here. Go talk to Ethelmore. See if we can get into the patient ward or whatever, which is interesting. And maybe we should be on the lookout for a guy named Graham, as he seems to be perfect for the research that... Well, that's what Azo's doing, though. I don't know if it's going to be anything related to Azo. Or Zo.
Greetings.
Have you learned anything of interest? I found records that Azo may be running some questionable experiments. Experiments? Cadman Azo is in charge of patient welfare now. He is not authorized to run any more experiments. I am disappointed in Cadman. I had hoped he would be the one to guide your inquiry. He'll be in his office or in the patient wards. I am granting you immediate access so you can find him. No doubt you will wish to speak of him further on this matter, and I for one am curious as to what he might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards. There are a few dangerous cases. I would ask also that you do your best not to agitate the patients. They have enough troubles as it is. Farewell. Investigate the patient. Interview Graham in the North Ward. Yep, he seems to be the one. Investigate the patient ward. Cool. So let's go, son. We're getting in. And this is all new. There's our kitty. The head warden says you can go in. Be careful in there. I'd best be getting
Slowly
back
now.
to my watch. Surely these people deserve better treatment than this. Frail, or Friol. A curved spine twists this woman's posture forward, her greasy hair draped over her large eyes like vines. She smiles at you. You must be visiting someone. Then, noting your appearance, she adds, a friendly visit, I hope. Why are you in here? Behind her hair, her cheeks flushed. I don't want to say. You'll think less of me. You can tell me I'm going crazy too. You shouldn't tease. No one in here can help what they are. I know, I've tried. These last few years haven't been kind to me. They haven't been kind to anyone, really. I try not to think of it as personal. I lost my husband and both boys in the Saints' War. My daughter, the legacy took her before she was ever mine. I made do. What else can you do? I moved into a tiny place in Andra's gift, got by mending clothes and on the kindness of strangers when I had to. But I was surviving and the gods were watching over me. I could live with that. Then one day, this noblewoman comes in, wants this fancy gown fixed. Gorgeous thing, this shade of blue I'd never seen before. Only I had. I looked at it and it reminded me of something. I had what they called an awakening. I remembered being a noblewoman myself in another life, people doting over me, men doting over me. Me, the best food, the most beautiful home, all the things you'd never dare to dream of. They were mine. It was poison knowing that. All those things I had that I'll never have in this life. It did something to me. My food started to taste rotten. The walls in my little room seemed to close in around me. I stopped being able to sleep in my own bed. So I came here. It was that or break into an estate and start ordering servants around. It seems like such a silly thing to worry about. You don't have to tell me, but I can't get past it. And I start to wonder, did the gods choose this life for me? And if so, what terrible thing must I have done to deserve it? Nobody deserves to go through what you've gone through. You had it right before. There's nothing to do but live with it. Nobody deserves to go through what you've gone through. I hope not. I can't even imagine the monster who deserves what half the patients here go through every day. Have any of the patients here been acting unusually? Well, there's Batixa, who relives a murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Idleman, who they say only has half a soul and who was found collecting the faces of others because he's believed his own to be a false one. Graham, who speaks in a language no one understands and wails at night sometimes. Different from their normal behavior, I mean. Well, yes, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Azo lets us know that a number of patients in the North Ward had volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to receive treatment. The North Ward has our most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. It's Graham I see them taking in the most. He struggles, but he always was a bit of a wild one. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? They like to keep them separate. I don't know that I've ever seen the guards allow a visitor, just Master Azo. You might ask him. He's very sympathetic. You know where I might find Azo? I think I've seen him around today. Have you checked the laboratory? It shares a wall with his office. He's been spending most of the time there lately. What do you know about this Animancer, Azo? Oh, I like him very much. Many Animancers could care less about their patients. Look at us like vermin for their experiments. But Master Azo treats us like humans, even the very sick. You can tell he does this to help people. He's helped me understand a great deal about myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad what they did to him. He hides it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened to him? Friel's eyes dart back and forth, and her voice lowers to just above a whisper. They don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He was said to be one of the brightest in Deerwood. That was his reputation here, and that was what brought me to seek treatment. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy, but that's hogwash. Even if he was a bit of a showman, he loves his homeland. He thought he could help. He wasn't one to speak of his work, suspected his colleagues might have tried to steal it. But he told me once that he had figured out a way to create a soul. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How did he put it? A proxy, I think he called it. Had some machine that drew energy out of the very ether. Can you imagine? The point is, it was going to help with the legacy. It was going to make Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. Gods know that's something we need. Do you know what they call those empty little babies in Andra's gift? No, tell me. They call them buoys because so many of them are found in the water. These are mad times. Oh boy, sorry about that. Anyway, Master Azo has scheduled a public demonstration of his work in Copper Lane. He was so excited. And then the next day he was locked in his office, turning away visitors, I heard. And he stopped seeing patients. I don't know exactly what happened, and I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Farewell. Bunch
Nice
of information.
and quiet.
Sanitarium guard. Sometimes we get people in here trying to make trouble for the Animancers. Flesh construct. The construct turns its head toward you and watches warily. Patient. Master Azo said he'd make me better soon. I've been hearing screams in the night. Crooked chalk tally marks cover the surface of this table. The children they keep down here, pure evil in their eyes. They said I can't leave yet. Got a barrel. With cocoa. A rare treat. We'll search all over for secretos. No speak. I don't like this place. The crooked boards show deep gouge marks. They're spaced like folk or elven fingernails. We can go through there. Wow, this place seems to be pretty big. Interesting. Let's come down here. Wow. The North Ward would be up that way. This would be the West. Wow. Construct stares at you through lidless eyes. Empty crate, but with a little bit of few lockpicks in it. Come up in here. Keep your distance. Wick's in that cell back there. We've had incidents when people get close. Wicks. Huh. Wow, this place is like enormous. One sec, guys. Do we want to go in there? It's like, it seems like a library of sorts. No one around. 182 skates. Beautiful. And in the scrolls, an Elder Scroll, 31 Lucia, and Galvin Reg for sale. Let's put that book there. Very good. We're up to 42.75 in cold hard Kappa. Yeah, this place is crazy. We can go through that door, presumably. Oh, that's the... Can we go through? No. That's where the wicks are, I guess. Or maybe up here. Flash construct. That one requires a key. I don't know if we have it. No visitors. Move. Bound to be something secret in one of these cells, right? Patient. Master Ezzo said he'd make me better soon.
Isn't this something?
We did find something over here. Wow, is it trapped? A white cap. Or snow cap. Dang. Traces of snow cap down here? Not good. That can't be helping the madness. I've been hearing the screams in the night. Let's keep looking around. Interesting place, though. Very cool. Okay, this is the way down. Alright, let's come in here. Which looks like the laboratory. Maybe not, though. Something churns and bubbles in this tank. The copper wires and conduits are shiny. The device is warm to the touch. Requires a lockpick.
Give me a real challenge.
And we've got, oh my, Raven Wing. No kidding. It is a mace. Oh, I think Aloth just got himself a new weapon, melee. Legend tells of a druid, wise and powerful, who traveled accompanied by a flock of ravens. In battle, the druid would assail his enemies with his mace while the ravens descended in a chaotic swarm, distracting and flanking his foes. Years of coordinated attacks and the druid's lingering magic are said to have gifted his mace with an enchantment that lends the wielder similar gifts. The mace is finely wrought and lightweight, making it maneuverable, if not very resistant against direct attacks. Against a distracted opponent, however, a single blow often proves quite sufficient. Wow, 3DR bypass, 17 to 25 crush, average speed, average interrupt, plus 4 accuracy when attacking the same target as an ally, plus 25% damage when attacking the same target as an ally, damaging 3, plus 45% damage and 4 accuracy, and it can be further imbued with some sort of lash, which is 25% more damage, and a slaying attribute. Would be perfect maybe for wilder or beasts, since it's sort of like a druid weapon. That is nice. Do we want Aloth to have it, or do we want to give it to someone else who can more put it to use? I'm wielding this, plus when enemies engage, corrode damage, kit slayer, accurate 3, pierce damage, measured restraint, Raven Wing. We're not giving up the Unforgiven. That thing is awesome. Are we giving up Gown Share? I would say no. That's restored his endurance. She's got Dio Yun Debita. Maybe give that up. Does she have any sort of special mace wielding abilities? Not really. Aloth may have the best accuracy with it if we were to give it to him. 45 and 43, but it turns him into quite a nice looking mace. In his Sun Touch Mail, I mean, he's pretty decent as a melee fighter. 60 deflection, getting 20 from the larder door. If we take that off, his accuracy soars to 65, but deflection goes down to 40. Oh. Maybe we'll experiment with him with that, or I don't want to have everybody dual wielding. He's fine just with the sword. Kana, though, maybe can replace the Hearth Harvest. 3DR bypass, 25% burn damage, 5 deflection. The deflection is nice. And here we have Shame or Glory, 10 accuracy while endurance below 50%, along with 20% damage, and plus 10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. That's pretty major. And we can further enchant that. Oh, maybe even get it accurate too, because we have a topaz plus 8 accuracy. Wow, can we do that with any others? Yep, because we have that topaz. We can make Hearth Harvest 8 accuracy. Wow. His accuracy is decent. Hers is really good. Could we imbue Gown Share with 8 accuracy? My accuracy is already good, but 8 more would be crazy. Oh, we can't do it here. It'd be over the limit. What about Oidricht or Measured Restraint? No, also would be too much. I guess he's going to keep the main. Well, no, we're going to look. What if we give this accurate to Whispers of Yenwood? It's a nice weapon. His accuracy is very good with it already. I would say put it on a weapon that we know we're going to keep using for a while. Gown Share, Burning Lash, Slaying Kith, fine. Draining, Convert Graze to hit. His accuracy can use it the most. So can Gown Share, though. Could even give this accuracy too, maybe. It's a beautiful weapon, plus Burning Lash and stuff. And I'm just using an arquebus in the second hand. Exceptional. So this already has something better than accuracy too. What do we do here? I think, let's see, Shame or Glory. 10 accuracy when attacking the same. 10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. That's really sweet. And can put 3 different things on that, presumably. What is that? Shame or Glory? And then plus 10 accuracy when endurance below 50% and 20% damage. Slashing and Pierce Sword. And Hearth Harvest we've been investing in. I like the 5 deflection. What can I say? 25% burn damage, 3 DR bypass. Now we could potentially replace this with the mace. Does he have any weaponry that... No, he's got quick switch. I'd keep shame or glory. (18 to 26), much more damage, and his accuracy soars to 57. Deflection does go down 5, but Aloth can gain even more deflection, 65. Accuracy not so good. That would benefit from an accurate 2. Better with the larder door, but that's not a sweet situation for him. We'd have to go dagger. Yeah, go back to dagger. And nobody could use the Hearth Harvest for 5 deflection. His accuracy goes down too much. Unless we give him another arms bearer. And we don't want to get rid of this. This is 5 accuracy. 20% damage against prone, stunned, and flanked enemies. 5 deflection, 25% burn damage, 3DR bypass. Deflection goes to 68. Accuracy plummets from 66 in the offhand to 57. But we can make Hearth Harvest accurate too. Plus 5 accuracy. What can we do with this? We can make that accurate too. Is that one worth keeping though? It is crush damage, which is important. 5 accuracy is always nice. This is the one I'd probably replace out of everything, and I'd keep Hearth Harvest. I don't know. Void React is good because damage restored is endurance. We could even give that accurate too in a sling. But the Dial Yun to Beta. Accuracy goes down 9. Damage goes down 2 to 2 points. But deflection goes up to 68. Which is important for Sagani. Maybe make her an arms bearer and give her the Dial Yun to Beta in the offhand. 78 accuracy. 69 with the ranged weapon, but I don't see her using the ranged weapon much. She is a ranger, though. Give her the club for crushing damage. And the red reed wand. Justice. What can we do with justice? Make it a sling. Only 19 to 27. Accuracy 57. Accuracy 43. We can make the blunderbuss. No, let's as much as I like two-handed swords and stuff, let's give him the red reed wand there. No? Yeah, give him a little bit of a choice there. And this thing, 25% crush damage is nice. 10% damage as crush / pierce. I don't want to necessarily sell it right now, so we'll stash it, but this is how I want to proceed here. He's got the mace. Perfect. She still maintains the club if necessary. Got it. Okay. Very good. So, heck of a find there. Let's continue exploring. Cadman Azo. There he is, the man himself.
Consider it
Another
done.
locked crate.
Give me a real challenge.
Oh, wow. The Blide Golan. I'll grab that. Blide Golan. The copper wires and conduits are shiny and warm to the touch. Something churns and bubbles in the tank. Alright, let's talk to Codman Azo. A round-faced, balding man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upwards slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. I don't have time to give you directions. Go bother somebody else. Are you the animancer who's been buying relics from Yamato? Are you trying to discredit me? Go dig elsewhere.
What is it now?
I heard you were demoted. How did it happen? Azo's nostrils flare and he bares his upper teeth more broadly. That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Audmer? That smug weasel? Things went wrong. Everything. I don't know how. I'll never know. He spits on the floor as if to remove a bitter taste from his mouth. Ethelmore told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Yeah, well, Ethelmore hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved to an inanimate object, so I fail to see why I should let that sway me. If animancers all followed the commands of their leaders, where would we be? We'd all be as backward and willfully ignorant as Rayed Saris. We would know nothing about life or death, or even ourselves. We would be lost in the dark with no clue as to why. Our leaders guide us, and without them we risk losing our way. If this man would strike off on his own, then let him fend for himself without the benefit of the Sanitarium. Surely there are other paths that don't involve risking lives.
Indeed. Many lives have been spent in such pursuits, writing treatises and poems. But tell me this, how does one verify the truth of a poem? If some philosopher stumbled across the meaning of our existence, how would we know it from a false one? These are wasted lives. In animancy there is progress. We are measurably closer to complete understanding because of our work. And that will be true until our work is complete. Who will solve Widewen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Have you tried your experiments on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point in lying about it now that Ethelmore is involved. I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifices would mean something. I'd like access to the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. I've seen your records. I know what you're doing with them.
Those are private! You have no right!
He balls up his fist and digs his teeth into his index finger, a growl simmering beneath his breath and a deep scowl compressing his face.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
He pulls a heavy key from one of his pockets and nearly slams it down on the floor before handing it to you. Farewell. Interview Graham in the North Ward. Oh, I didn't talk to Ethelmore about Azo, did I? Oh yeah, I did. Interview Graham in the North Ward. Alright, this is very cool stuff. We're making
They'll
some
never know I'm
good
here.
progress. Unfortunately, we are 59 minutes in, guys. Right about to hit an hour. I want to thank you for joining me, though. Hope you enjoyed today's/tonight's episode. Stay tuned for more. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps the channel in a big way. Have we been down here already? It looks like it's been explored, right? Yeah. We've been in all these, presumably. But, more is definitely going to come. I'm not going to leave it hanging now. We are still very interested in this game. It's very awesome. All-time classic. Super good. One of my favorites of all time. It's moved into that position. I would say this is something I could replay many more times. But, we'll head to the North Ward next time, guys. So, quick PSA, if you want to help the channel in a big way, you can become a member. Info's in the description along with the links. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next episode. So, awesome loot found. We have to check that new armor we found. Wow, the magical items and itemization. Wow, chef's kiss. Super cool stuff. So until next time, guys, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. And stick around a bit because, I mean, we're still going. In this first batch, who knows how far we'll go. Ciao for now.